towards subsidizing production. And that is where you see successes, Madam Speaker, in the areas of agriculture, where we subsidized fertilizer to 2,500 shillings, and the farmers of Kenya went to their farms and produced for this country 200,000 more bags than the previous years, Madam Speaker. Secondly, Madam Speaker, the President moved to a more important area, Madam Speaker, by now using this speech to tell the Kenyan people the economic situation as it is now and the measures that he is adopting, Madam Speaker, to make sure that the patient, which is the economy, is removed from the ward and released. And therefore, Madam Speaker, as we contribute to this President's speech, I am calling on the people of Kenya to trust their President to remove them out of this economic hardship, Madam Speaker. And these economic hardships were put on us by the excess spending by the previous government. And it is all over, Madam Speaker. You see social media reports the other day when the roofs of JKIA are leaking. The current Minister for Infrastructure and Transport, Mr. Kipchumba Murkomen, is blamed instead of blaming the tenderpreneurs who had captured the previous regime, who implemented that project, Madam Speaker. And therefore, Madam Speaker, we need to be candid and to tell the people that the mess that was created by the previous regime is what the President is cleaning. And Madam Speaker, it is what is going to form the foundation for progress for the Republic of Kenya. And I want to assure the people of Kenya, this country shall rise and it shall be good. So, Madam Speaker, what are the areas the President touched on? Madam Speaker, we have passed the four bills, the 4 healthcare bills. That is going to transform healthcare and remove cartels who are used to reaping Kenyan money from the NHIF scheme, and to enable the people of Kenya to get free medication going forward, funded by their government and the taxes of the people of Kenya. Number 2, Madam Speaker.
1 minute for him. 1 minute. Please conclude.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The second one is the reforms in the coffee sector, the dairy sector, and the sugar sector, Madam Speaker, where we have waived over 117 billion non-performing loans to the farmers of Kenya and send a warning to the cartels that were used to occupying that space, that it is time for them to get out of the space and the Kenyan farmer to benefit from the activities and of their present government, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, on the NYS, the President promised that going forward, we will take 40,000 cohorts from every village, which would be used as a basis for recruitment to the forces to avoid situations where Kenyans are forced to pay money to get opportunities for recruitment in the disciplined forces, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the speech was good and it has a lot of things that time cannot allow. Let me stop there and beg to support, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Lilian Sioi, member for Trans Nzoia County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this chance to also contribute on the speech from the Excellency President last week. Madam Speaker, I want to appreciate the President on the fertilizer, being a farmer and being a member of Parliament from Trans Nzoia County, a county that is a food basket for this country, Madam Speaker. On the issue of fertilizer, the President thought it well that it is better to subsidize the fertilizer and not subsidize the prices of unga, Madam Speaker. The President has killed 2 birds using 1 stone, Madam Speaker. This is because the cost of unga has come down after the fertilizer was subsidized. And right now, people who are on the street demonstrating on the unga issue, I am sure that they are very comfortable because the prices of unga has gone down, Madam Speaker. Secondly, I also want to speak on the issue of health, because this is a basic need: food, health,